The Dazzler put channel 108. Which channel you need to watch. The other channel you see. So the channels you watch, the channels I see. Not here to impress, only to express. Today is Sunday, the 29th, I think. 29th of March 2026. 1 month into World War 33. And I'm outside the Ministry of Defence again. The MOD building. Get that, eh? Very Soviet Union-esque. The big burlesque birds guarding the gates of the Ministry of Defence. God. It's a perfect place to do a talk about World War 33. Yeah, I mean, there's so much big jungle. I'm not going to get too much into the jungle of misinformation and information, or disinformation from that region. Donald Trump's hard, coming out with all kinds of conflicting reports. One minute he says we've won the war, then he says we're winning the war, then he says we need help to win this war, and starts condemning all the countries for not coming to help win the war. And now, even though he's won the war and he wants people to help him to win the war that he's already won, he's going to send boots on the ground to win the war he's already won. So they're sending boots on the ground. The oil shortage is kicking in. Some petrol pumps running dry already in the UK, but Asia's suffering mostly. India, Sri Lanka, Thailand, pretty much all of Southeast Asia. China, I think China's kind of coping up at the moment because it's got his own oil reserves. China's very resourceful, obviously, being the breadbasket of the world. But yeah, World War 33. And nobody understands. You're walking past the average NPC. I haven't got a fucking Scooby-Doo what's happening or what's going to happen. They think they're going to remain unaffected by it all. Offerings to the undergod, Hades. Oh, it's a Gurkha, isn't it? This is to the Gurkhas, the Gurkha knives there. There's a Gurkha one over there as well. I think I've covered that last time. Gurkha statue. Charles G. Gordon C.B. Major General, Royal Engineers killed at Khartoum. He's a martyr to the British Empire. Khartoum, that's in the Sudan, isn't it? Yes, a martyr to the British Empire. No doubt. We don't have martyrs like that anymore, do we? Just plebs going into the meat grinder and cowardly so-called leaders sitting safe thousands of miles away, sending everyone into war. Actually, you know, these so-called leaders, we know they're not the leaders, are they? They're all actors. Trump is an actor. Starmer's an actor. They're all actors. Lord Potal of Hungerford. Yes, whoever he is. He's a lord, he must be very important and distinguished. It's a modern statue, that. Got a lot of bird shit on his head. It looks like he needs a clean. It's the front portion of the MOD building. Yeah, got all the war heroes here, all outside the MOD building. So, and Starmer's saying, he's not going to send troops, he's not going to get involved in this war with Iran. But he's using airfields for Americans to take off and go bomb Iran. Israel and the USSR. USSR? The USSA? USA. The Korean War, eh? The Korean War. With gratitude for the sacrifices made by the British Armed Forces in defence of freedom and democracy in the Republic of Korea. It's a 3-year war. Not long after World War II, eh? Just 5 years after World War II. That was an apocalyptic war by all accounts. It's war after war after war, eh? War after war after war. And now we're in World War 33. And we get to feel the repercussions. Very soon, we're going to feel the repercussions. When the oil dries out, 20% of the oil, world's oil's pretty much come to a standstill now. People are fleeing Dubai. It used to be the place to go, wasn't it? You know, especially if you're a millionaire and you want to pay taxes, go to Dubai, no taxes. It was the land of the rich and the big time entrepreneurs, property millionaires and all the rest of it, you know. All kinds of entrepreneurs and businessmen heading off for Dubai. I mean, there's a big exodus of all rich people from here to Dubai, so they don't have to pay all the taxes to our communist government. And now you're going to have to move elsewhere because it's pretty much in a war zone. It's been hit a few times by missiles. I would still suggest it was Israel attacking Dubai, but actually I think United Emirates is the UAE and the Saudi Arabia and Qatar and Oman. They're all in bed with Israel, aren't they? Crypto Jews. I mean, Israel's a problem. It's a matter now how everyone's getting anti-Semitism has become very fashionable these days. It's very fashionable. It's very, very fashionable. Yes. And the 4 ambulances that got burnt in Golders Green a few days ago. Empty ambulances, nobody got hurt. Middle of the night. 3 Jewish ambulances got burnt in Golders Green, got torched, and they say it was an Iranian terror cell with an Arabic name. And there was a letter apparently left behind. I don't know if they found any Iranian passports, and maybe they'd found an Iranian translation of Mein Kampf too, but there was a letter from people claiming to have done the attack, written in English and in Arabic. The big problem is, Iranians speak Persian, they don't speak Arabic. That's the thing, isn't it? Anyway, so there's that, and that's been the big hoo-ha about that one. And obviously the Jews did that themselves, they're always doing that. They themselves are promoting anti-Semitism, and they want people to be anti-Semitic because it gives them a reason to be victims and therefore start calling out everything out as a hate crime. They attack someone, they point the finger at somebody else. Look, we're the victims here, we need more protection. And if you say anything bad about us, we'll lock you up and make it a hate crime. I mean, have you noticed that anti-Semitism is considered worse than racism? It's 2 separate things. You've got racism, you don't like people of other countries, other races, the colours, the cultures. And then you've got anti-Semitism. Well, the irony, of course, is the Ashkenazi Jews that live in Israel have no blood connection with Israel at all. have no connection whatsoever. There's the chariot of Boudica fighting the Romans back in the day. She showed those Romans what for, and here we are. Beautiful building of Parliament. Amazing. Infested by parasites. The parasite class infesting this beautiful building never fails to impress me, you know. Antiquitech at its best. Real proper antiquitech, you know. Buildings of the old world. Never seen any photographs of it being constructed either. It's supposed to be constructed in between 1850 to 1870, I think. Took me 20 years to build it, but I'd say it's older than that. I've never seen any photographs of it being constructed either. There's cameras around that time. Yeah, well that's a subject for another video. I just know that fails to impress me though. The buildings are amazing, you know. But yet they're infested by parasites. Really? I don't think you get the full gist of it here, but they're amazing, aren't they? So yeah, here I am in the belly of the beast. World War 33 is a month and one month and 1 day into World War 33. All these people here have got a fucking clue what's going to happen next. Everyone's going about the business, everything's fine. The scandemic never really happened. And just carry on buying, eat, what's wrong? Work, buy, consume and die.